Live from Nassau in the Bahamas, BD Global presents the 2026 Baha FloHoops Summer League. The South Carolina Gamecocks making the trip down from Columbia in South Carolina to beautiful Baha Mar. Across 5 days, they'll play a couple of games, and they open the first of their two exhibitions here against the Victoria Vikes from north of the border in Canada. Glad you're with us on Flow Sports. Chris Sylvester, our entire crew. South Carolina hoping this is a resurgent season after finishing under 500 each of the last 2 years. Of course, only a couple years removed from a 26-win campaign. Lamont Paris, the head coach, was the 2024 SEC Coach of the Year. Second in the SEC were the Gamecocks that season, and they would earn a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. Like many college rosters, ton of newcomers, not a ton of returners for South Carolina. They'll roll with the starting five of Corey Mincy, Juan Fernandez, Camden Heide, Davion Hanna, and Alexis Biliauskas. Gamecocks in the light tops with the red pants as the Victoria Vikes control the first possession here. John Hampton, Drew Ransel, and Travis Sawyer, your officials. Victoria's been hanging out in the Bahamas for a while. This is their third exhibition game. Had a nice showing against Texas A&M and a loss. They put up 88 points against the Aggies as Ryan Regault opens the scoring. And Victoria employing full court pressure and an early jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with South Carolina. Only 3 returners back for the Gamecocks from a season ago. And South Carolina will have a day off here tomorrow before playing the Bahamas national team here on Monday night. As Fernandez misfires out of the corner. And here come the Victoria Vikes. Early 2-0 lead here. That is off the glass and good. Cole Beckering scores. 4-0 start for Victoria. We have seen these Canadian teams get off to good starts in certain games and hang around, only for the American Division I teams to pull away when it's all said and done. Nonetheless, a nice start here for Victoria. Also played Cincinnati. That's Smid launching a 3, missing it off the heel. And the first stop defensively for South Carolina here tonight. Mincy kicks, an open 3 off the back iron. Offensive rebound, that's Biliauskas, the Wisconsin transfer. Couldn't put it back inside. And South Carolina, they've opened 0 of their first 4 from the field here. The group playing without a couple of key pieces. Marcus Johnson, incoming 4-star freshman, being held out of competition this week, although did travel with the team. And Mateus Alansanko is redshirting, one of the top prospects in Brazil, dealing with a medical ailment that South Carolina was aware of when they signed him. Davion Hanna checks out of the game. Shane Blakeney first in there off the bench. And count it, plus the foul, Alexis Biliauskas, sophomore from Lithuania by way of Wisconsin, with a chance at 3 as he gets the Gamecocks on the board a couple of minutes in. Shaden Smid picking up the foul. Murphy Bernatowski is the Victoria Vikes head coach. Enjoying the Baja Bay amenities on the off day here. I mean, who wouldn't? Smid turns around, misses the shot. And it's ripped down by Shane Blakeney. A transfer from Drexel, had a big breakout campaign at Drexel last year. More than 14 points per game in Philly. That's Biliauskas front rimming a 3. Long rebound out to Blakeney. It sets up an open corner pop, and Camden Heide fills it up. So the Texas transfer who in a similar spot on the floor hit a big three to help the Longhorns pass Gonzaga in the big dance last March, has given South Carolina its first lead. Straight on three. Bounces in. A shooter's touch from Dylan Gage as it popped off the back iron and fell straight through. So the Victoria Vikes with their first three. Corey Mincy misfiring. And a foul will go against Victoria. It's on Dylan Gage, who just knocked down that three moments ago. Jakub Neches comes off the bench for South Carolina. Hayden Simeon also in there for the Gamecocks. Simeon, one of the three returners from last year's squad, played in 24 games. Mincy, the shot fake. May have been better off settling for the mid-range as that rolls off for Simeon, but more free throws here for the Cocks.
Foul is on 10. Jaden Smith. His second personal foul.
So Smith picks up a couple early fouls here as the free throw rolls in. And Simeon, the sophomore from Greenville in South Carolina. And connects at the free throw line to put the Gamecocks back in front early. Smid tries to take it down the lane. And a kiss off the glass for two. So Shaden Smid with his first points. Able to take a Simeon off the bounce to the cup. Mid-post touch for Neches. And his turnaround shot won't go. Smid clears it away for the Victoria Vikes. A rhythm three, not close. Camden Heidi flashes the leather. Nice behind the back pass. Out it comes, and short on the three is Blakeney. Another one and done trip for the Gamecocks, just one of 7 from the outside early in this game. Smid recovers the loose ball. And it's broken up, stolen by South Carolina. Heidi for three. Not that time. Regault catches inside. Extra pass to the corner. And the rebound taken by Simeon. Gamecocks trying to heat up on this end. Just 2 of their first 12, now 2 of 13 after the Mincy step back doesn't go. Smid into contact, and Victoria will get some free throws here on the other side. Our first stoppage with 14:22 on the first half clock in Nassau, the Bahamas. The Victoria Vikes with a 9-8 lead over South Carolina. Free throws for the Victoria Vikes out of our first timeout. With 14:22 on the first half clock. South Carolina playing the first of 2 exhibition games here in Nassau at the Baha FloHoops Summer League. One of 3 SEC programs to roll through Nassau. Arkansas played 4 games here. Texas A&M played 3, and the Gamecocks closing out the Summer League with a couple of games here tonight and on Monday. Mid-range jump shot off the front rim. Davion Hannah back in the game. A transfer from Alabama. Smid misses the lay-in off a nice feed from Dylan Gage. Inauspicious start, to say the least, on this end. South Carolina 2 of its first 14. Stolen by Smid. And he elevates for the slam, got fouled hard. Murphy Bernatowski, the Victoria head coach, asking for some sort of intentional flagrant foul as Smid tried to sky to jam it. And looked like he fell on his lower back tailbone area. We have seen Smid get up the escalator and throw down some big-time finishes here at the Baha FloHoops Summer League. Victoria well tested and well battled, with games under their belt against Texas A&M and Cincinnati, as Smid is helped up. And we'll see if he can remain in the game to take the free throws. It's a regular shooting foul there, nothing extracurricular. So the 2 free throws for Smid, his second trip there today, and misses on the first. Shaden Smid, 6'8", athletic forward from Duncan in British Columbia. And now he'll exit the game in favor of Hunter Stefani Thompson, 6'11", big man for the Victoria Vikes. Grant Polk hits the mid-range 2. Polk appeared in 30 games as a freshman last year with the Gamecocks. Sophomore from Gainesville, Virginia. Only the 3rd made shot from the floor for the Gamecocks in this one, as they try and pick up the defense. With the offense a little better from Ryan Gallagher, who flips it in off the glass. So this Canadian collegiate squad with a nice showing early against South Carolina as they deflect the pass to the baseline out. Polk plays it back to a Simeon for 2. Well, 2 of the 3 returners connecting on the South Carolina assist for a couple points to pull within 1 here. 13-12 Vikes. And a steal. Jakub Neches the takeaway, and it leads to 2 in transition for Davion Hannah, sophomore from Milwaukee by way of the Crimson Tide. Entry pass broken up and stolen. Well, Polk has brought some energy off the bench on both ends. Gamecocks try and grow the lead now. Neches, extra pass, and a block for Stefani Thompson on the inside. That's thrown away. Blakeney another steal. He'll go coast to coast with the contact and a blocking foul. They'll count it and one. So Shane Blakeney with a chance at a three-point play when we return. South Carolina finding some offensive continuity. They have grabbed the lead here with 11:37 left in the opening 20 at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. Back at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League in beautiful Nassau, where South Carolina has scored 7 points in a row to take a 17-13 lead over the Victoria Vikes. Shane Blakeney capping a three-point play out of the timeout. Smid, who was banged up earlier back in the game, but he lost the handle on the baseline as the Victoria Vikes turned it over for a 6th time already in this first half. Simeon skips it, and Bieliauskas scores off the glass. Driving a kick, it's Smid knocking down a three. That snaps a stretch of 9 straight Gamecock points. Mincy probing inside. This is Hanna gliding through, missing the left-hand shot, chasing his miss, and a nice effort, but the possession arrow points the way of the Victoria Vikes. Smid can't hit that time as he misses off the back iron. Juan Fernandez, who started the game, back in there. Fernandez from Argentina had played professionally the last few years in Spain. Nice turn and the finish for the Wisconsin transfer, Alexis Bieliauskas. There is quite the Wisconsin connection with this South Carolina basketball program. Lamont Paris spent 7 years with the Badgers. As the turnaround shot goes for Cam Slaymaker inside, and he has brought aboard former Wisconsin star Sam Decker, first year as an assistant on the staff. Bieliauskas coming over from that Badgers program, and Davion Hanna, a Milwaukee native, added to the roster this offseason. Count it, and a foul for Cam Slaymaker. And he's got a chance to tie this game at the free throw line.
Substitution, number 23 in the game. On the free throw line, Cam Slaymaker shooting 1 free throw.
21's on the board. More than halfway through the opening 20, first of 2 exhibitions for the Gamecocks down here at the Baha Mar Resort. The deep low post positioning again for Bieliauskas. And all Victoria could do is foul the 6'11", 250-pound big fella.
At the free throw line, number 32, Alexis Bieliauskas shooting 2 free throws.
Bieliauskas last year at Wisconsin, 35 appearances, 28 starts, 5 points, 5 boards a game. And the hope here as he transfers into the SEC with the South Carolina program is that he can take another step forward with those numbers and his overall contributions this season. And he splits the pair at the free throw line. Gamecocks by 1. Justin Heinrichsen at the controls for the Victoria Vikes. Lob it up. Smid can't catch it. It's knocked out by South Carolina. It'll stay on this end with 19 to shoot. Single digits on the timer here. Torin Franklin passes up. Beckering on a bounce and out of bounds right as time expires on the 30. So South Carolina, some stingy defense to force this Canadian collegiate squad from Victoria into its 6th first half turnover. Touch pass, the big fella lets it fly. Missed it off the back iron, tapped out, and recovered by Mincy. He'll lob it back inside, and it's broken up, knocked out with 17 to shoot. Recognizing the advantage that Alexis Bieliauskas has with his size on the inside, he has become the focal point of what South Carolina has tried to do on the offensive end after a slow start shooting it. Mid-range, book it. That's Corey Mincy. Really high hopes as Mincy comes over from George Mason, where he averaged more than 14 a game last year. He's back in South Carolina, where he spent 2 years at Presbyterian. It's good. Cam Slaymaker with his first 3. He's got 8 points in 7 first half minutes, and we're tied at 24. Heidi pulls the trigger and fills it up. 5 first half points for the Texas transfer. Nice no-look pass on the inside. Smid puts it on the deck and bumped and fouled by the big-bodied Alexis Bieliauskas. 2-point lead for South Carolina. 7:37 on the first half clock here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. 7 minutes, 37 seconds. We are first half in Nassau, the Bahamas. South Carolina playing its first of 2 exhibitions out here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. Up 2 points over the Victoria Vikes collegiate program from Canada. Smid turning the corner. Shot clock winding down. He fades, fires, and fills it up. Shaden Smid up to a team-high 9 first-half points as the Vikes pull even here at 26. Fernandez whips it out. Heidi topside to Mincy. Gamecocks starting to heat up from the field, up to 40% after a tough start. That's stripped on the inside. South Carolina's 3rd turnover. And coast to coast, Slaymaker misses. Hannah chases it down, weaving into the paint. Missed it off the heel. Slaymaker back for the rebound. There's Smid trying to skip it inside. It's stolen by Hannah. Hannah the hit ahead, and Mincy the finger roll. Timeout taken by Victoria. After South Carolina retakes the lead here, 28-26 with 6:19 left on the first half clock. Victoria shooting the ball well, 10 of 18 from the field. But because of their now 8 first half turnovers, South Carolina has taken 9 more shots. Gamecocks will try and heat up from the perimeter. Just 1 of 9 from the outside to begin this game. Still a lot of question marks with a group that's only been together for a few weeks. But at the very least, this summer league providing them an opportunity to just play somebody other than themselves after a countless number of scrimmages and inter squads. Just inside of 3 months until the real thing. College basketball season opening just a couple days into November. That is Ryan Regault knocking down the 3 to give Victoria a 29-28 first half lead inside of 6 minutes. So the Vikes knocking down their 4th tray in 8 attempts. Blakeney with a nice feed inside, and Hayden Asimian scores. Asimian putting together a nice first half off the bench. Now 6 points, 4 boards. That is short and boarded by Camden Heidi. Dangerous entry pass taken away by Gage. Regault on a step back, missed it. Mincy on the drive and fouled by Smid. So Corey Mincy, 6'1" guard from George Mason, had a great year with Tony Skinn and the Patriots last season. His first trip to the free throw line tonight. Jakub Natchez checks back in for South Carolina. Natchez, the Duquesne transfer, 7 points, 5 boards a game in the A-10 last year. Gamecocks have a 3-point lead. That's banked in. Cam Slaymaker up to 10 points. First into double figures on either side. And Victoria continues to hang around here late into the first half. Mincy got a step and drew a foul from Ryan Regault. So Mincy, who moments ago knocked down a pair at the free throw line, will get back there for a couple more. (34-31). That is broken up on the inside. Another steal for South Carolina. Nate Chess runs the floor. Mincy steps back from the corner and drills the three. Well, you give a good shooter like Corey Mincy 4 in a row at the free throw line. The confidence builds. Nate Chess almost had a chance to take it coast to coast, but he lost it. By the way, this matches South Carolina's largest lead as that rolls off. Another board for Nate Chess. Blakeney from up top. Front rim the three. 3:30 left in this first half. South Carolina by 6. Beckering spins left and misses. Mincy knocks down another one. And just like that, Mincy has a game-high 14, and the lead is 9 for South Carolina. A 12-2 run put together by the Gamecocks. Beckering picks up his dribble. Top side, it's Gage. Here's Regault. Penetrating on Natchez. Falling away, and a nice finish. Ryan Regault with a crafty move down around the basket. 42-33 here. Bounce pass off the sneaker and stolen by Slaymaker. Numbers for the Vikes. They missed the layup. Open baseline jumper. Drops through. That's Ryan Gallagher on the jump shot. His second first half field goal. And the lead has been trimmed to 5 for South Carolina. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Heidi with the defense draped all over him, recovers the loose ball. Shot clock into single digits. Does Mincy have a heat check? Baseline, yes sir! Mincy taking over the final stretch of the first half. He's got 16 points. He is carrying South Carolina on the offensive end. Gallagher for 3, no. Beckering on the offensive glass. Second effort here. Regault sticks it. And Lamont Paris not happy with that sequence defensively. We'll take a timeout here as Victoria claws back within 4. And we'll take it with them. 1:19 left here in the first half from Nassau at the Baha FloHoops Summer League. Final stretch of the first half here in Nassau at the Baha Hoops Summer League. South Carolina up just 4 over the Victoria Vikes. But they have overcome a slow start on this end, in large part to Corey Mincy, as Blakeney misses the mid-range 2, and a long rebound caroms out to Victoria. This Canadian squad still north of 50% from the field in the first half. Playing well and hanging around as well as we've seen a Canadian squad do against an American D1 team. That Valpo, Arkansas, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Texas A&M roll through the Baha Hoops Summer League. As Vergalt misses the difficult shot inside, and now only a couple of seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Heidi out of the shot fake. Missed it inside off the front rim. Beckering on the move, lays it in. South Carolina's got to operate with some urgency here. Final seconds of the half, and they turn it over. Sloppy first half for the Gamecocks, as they lead by just a couple of points over the Victoria Vikes here at the break, 42-40 at the Baha Hoops Summer League.
Winner for South Carolina, Columbia, versus Victoria by 20. Second half will be on yours.
Back here in Nassau, the Bahamas, started the second half at the Baha FloHoops Summer League. South Carolina overcame a slow shooting start in the first half, but Victoria was able to maintain better than 50% from the field in the opening 20 minutes. And they are within just 2 here against the Gamecocks. Corey Mincy, a transfer from George Mason, led all scorers with 16 points in that first half on 5 of 7 shooting and 2 of 3 from three-point territory. Couple guys in double figures for this Canadian collegiate squad from Victoria. The Vikes were paced by 10 from Ryan Rigault and 10 from Cam Slaymaker among the 5 on the floor that are out there to begin the second half. About as well as we've seen any Canadian collegiate squad here at the Baha FloHoops Summer League fare against a Division I college opponent from the States. This is Alexis Bieliauskas spinning to his right and scoring off the window. So Bieliauskas into double figures himself now with 10 points. Rigault launches a deep one. And a long rebound caroms out to Davion Hanna. He'll drop it off for Camden Heidi. Hanna for 3. Not there. South Carolina now just 3 of 13 from three-point territory in this game. Slaymaker swings it. And the turnaround shot won't go for Dylan Gage. Heidi catch and shoot. And last touched by Smid, who lunged after the loose ball.
Substitution, Vikes. In the game, number 16, Ryan Gallagher.
Ryan Gallagher first off the bench here in the second half for Victoria. Leaning and scoring, that's Juan Fernandez for 2. Fernandez has a chance to be an interesting piece of this team after playing professionally in Spain. How does he adjust to this level of basketball? Those are his first points. Bieliauskas draws a foul. Gamecocks were 9 of 10 at the free throw stripe in the first half, and they'll take the first attempts here of half number 2. And got a timeout taken by Victoria. Less than 2 minutes into this second half.
At the free throw line, number 32, Alexis Biliauskas. 32 free throws.
Alexis Biliauskas, the big man transfer from Wisconsin, sticks the first of 2 at the free throw line, now up to 11 points. He and Corey Mincy have carried the scoring load here in this game for South Carolina. A couple of newcomers for Lamont Paris. Gamecocks grow the lead back to 8. Mentioned this Victoria team put together an 88-point effort in a 112-88 loss to Texas A&M. Certainly capable of hanging around against a talented power conference squad. But South Carolina, a strong start to this second half. This is Gage off balanced and a kiss off the glass. And as he scores right as time expires on the shot clock. And Dylan Gage with 5 points now. And a foul on Victoria. Second foul on the Vikes will send Davion Hanna to the free throw line. The 6'6" wiry guard from Milwaukee appeared in 10 games with the Crimson Tide before an injury forced him to sit out the rest of the way with Alabama last year. An Alabama team that would fall in the Sweet 16. That is boarded by Regault. So Hanna 0 for 2 on that trip. Here comes Smid down the baseline. Picked up by Fernandez. Smid driving and missing. Hanna takes contact, and he's headed right back to the free throw line for 2 more. Hanna knocks down the first. One of 2 SEC transfers that South Carolina added this offseason, along with Camden Heide coming over from Texas. Second one bounces through for Hanna. And the lead back to 8 for South Carolina, 3 minutes into this second half. Here's Regault, probing, popping, and leaving it short. Hanna on the attack and scores over the top of Smid. You're starting to see the confidence grow for Davion Hanna as this game rolls along. That's 6 points now for the Bama transfer. South Carolina's largest lead, up double figures for the first time, but not for long, as Cole Beckering finishes through the contact, and he has a chance at 3. The foul was on Cam Heide. And here's Beckering. 6 points, 5 boards in 21 minutes tonight. Unable to connect on the free throw, but saved in only momentarily by Gallagher. And here come the Gamecocks. Grant Polk finds Fernandez, who missed the layup off the side of the backboard. Now Regault with a quick toss inside, and Gallagher scores. Back to a 6-point game. Heidi underneath the free throw line. Plays it back to Fernandez. Jakub Neches. Up top, Heidi. Stepping through, and he lays it in. Nice finish from Camden Heidi. He's got 7 points, and the lead back up to 8 for South Carolina. Beckering answers back. Eight points now for Beckering. And an offensive foul. It's on Juan Fernandez, the big fellow, away from the basketball. Set the illegal pick, and it takes us to a timeout on the floor. South Carolina up 6 on the Victoria Vikes here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. "15 minutes to play here in Nassau at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League." South Carolina being given some good competition by this Canadian collegiate squad, the Victoria Vikes. With the basketball out of the timeout, Torin Franklin lobs to Smid, and he's fouled underneath. Free throws coming here for the Vikes. So Shaden Smid, who's got 9 points in this game to go along with 6 boards and a couple of steals. Able to connect on the first. Rattles in the second. It is a 4-point game again. Been a quiet start to the second half for Mincy, who turns it over. Mincy really started to take over this game late in the first half, but has yet to attempt a shot in the second half as Gallagher comes back the other way for 2, and it's a 2-point game. Head of steam, answer back, Jakub Neches, the Duquesne transfer. Gamecocks just too quick getting down the floor. Heidi picks up Gallagher, walls him off inside. A bounce pass to Smid, adjusting, had it blocked from behind. Hayden the Simeon got a piece of it. And here come the Gamecocks. Natchez catches, draws two, has it knocked out of his hands. No look toss to the corner, that's Polk. Coming up short on a three. Franklin around a high screen. Plays it to Smid, catch and shoot. And he can't connect from out there. Vacuumed in by Grant Polk, 6'6" sophomore from Gainesville, Virginia. Mincy in a crowd, out to Heidi for three, and he got it. Second tray for Heidi. A sharpshooter who began his career at Purdue, last year at Texas. 59-52. Gallagher misfires, a one-and-done trip for the Vikes. Mincy tosses, Polk raises. Back-to-back threes for South Carolina. They grow the lead to 10, 62-52. Smid backing in a Simeon. Turns around, and it pops out. Simeon provided the defense and grabs the rebound for the Gamecocks. This matches their largest lead. Low post catch and score for Polk. It's 10 straight for South Carolina. And they grow the lead to a dozen with a dozen minutes to play here. Smid. Hands off. This is Gallagher charging down the lane for two. Ryan Gallagher into double figures with 10. Corner pop. Yes, sir. Another one for Heidi. 3 trays in the game now for Cam Heidi. And Torrin Franklin coming up short, trying to answer back. South Carolina 9 of 13 from the field in this second half. Mincy around the screen. Gonna bounce it and score it inside for Hayden the Simeon. Quite the run put together by South Carolina. Coming alive here in this second half. A 15-2 stretch and a timeout taken by the Vikes. 69-54. 11 and change left here in Nassau at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. About 11 minutes left to play here in Nassau, the Bahamas. South Carolina has used a 15-2 run to build their largest lead of 15 over the Victoria Vikes. Regault lobbing to Smid out of the timeout. Beautifully drawn up as Regault takes it back, and they come away with the 2 points anyway. Well, they almost deserved it with how beautiful that play was drawn up by Murphy Bernatowski, the Victoria head coach. And the Vikes get a couple points out of the Victoria timeout. It's now a South Carolina turnover to give it back to them with 10:40 left to play. Gamecocks 10 of 14. That's 71% from the field here in the second half. 3 of 6 from deep. And they've held Victoria to 7 of 17. Biggest difference for the Vikes, 5 made threes in the first half, none here in the second, and a goaltending called.
That was a basket by number 10. Offensive affairs.
So apparently still are touched right after it hit off the backboard. This is Eli Sparkman getting his first run here in the second half. Sparkman, a returner with 29 career appearances in his time at South Carolina. Smid spoon feeds. And the entry pass broken up and stolen. Shane Blakeney, Drexel transfer the steal. And the midline pop. Yes, sir. Aiden Simeon having a nice showing. He's got 10 points, 8 boards, and a foul here on Eli Sparkman.
That's his first personal foul by Eli Sparkman.
Juan Fernandez and Alexis Biliauskas back in there for South Carolina. And a foul will send the Vikes to the free throw line. Dylan Gage will shoot 2. Couple makes for Gage at the free throw line. He's up to 9 points. Victoria back within 11, showing some light full court pressure. Gamecocks get across. Sparkman lobs it inside. And we have foul, jump ball. Possession arrow points the way of Victoria. Lamont Paris not agreeing with the official from across the way. Another foul here against South Carolina. Juan Fernandez picks it up. Now 6 fouls against South Carolina in this second half. Bad inbound pass stolen by Fernandez. Fernandez, no look toss to the corner. And Blakeney fills it up. Shane Blakeney hits his first one from the outside, the 7th of the game for South Carolina. Smid on the block, underneath, missed it, putbacks there. Fernandez went to provide the defense. Slaymaker was not boxed out on the weak side, and some second chance points for the Vikes. Gamecocks by a dozen. Mincy fouled. Ryan Regault picks up the foul.
Lights. Number 12 in the game, Cole Beckler. At the free throw line is number 8,
Corey Mincy yet to score in this second half, but able to get his first point by way of the free throw line. Now 5 for 5 at the foul stripe tonight. Game high 18 for the George Mason transfer. Here's Regault. Put too much on it. Fernandez clears. Regault chasing him. On a skip, it's Blakeney for 2. Blakeney with some big buckets as we approach stretch time here late in the second half. Offensive foul. Smid the illegal pick. Knocked over Corey Mincy. Gamecocks led this one by just 2 at halftime. They've outscored Victoria 36-22 here in the second half. Fernandez, an off-balance shot. Here's Smid, fouled hard by Bieliauskas. Free throws for Shaden Smid. On the other side, time winding down here at the Baha FloHoops Summer League. It's 78-62. This is Shaden Smid at the free throw line out of the timeout. As the Victoria Vikes, they've done a nice job hanging in there with this SEC South Carolina program. Possession arrow this time points the way of South Carolina. Bieliauskas, the low post positioning, couldn't finish it though. And the rebound taken by the Vikes. Rigault tried to skip it, taken back by Mincy. The hit ahead, and a foul on Blakeney, sending him to the free throw stripe for 2.
Fouls on number 8, Dylan Gage. His 4th personal foul. 16 foul.
4th on Dylan Gage.
Number 4, 2 free throws, Kate Blakeney. Substitution, Gamecocks. Number 23 in the game, Camden Heidi.
Camden Heidi back in there for South Carolina.
Substitution, number 25 for Gamecocks, Davion Hannah.
Inside of 7 minutes, 16-point lead for South Carolina. Beckering. Nice defense from Heidi. The turnaround. Hugo Lopez. The senior from Spain, his first run here down the stretch. And now he's got a steal. And Sparkman's fouled. That should put the walk-on at the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
His second personal foul. 17 foul. Substitution, Vikes. In the game, number 16, Ryan Gallagher. At the free throw line, shooting free throws, 1-and-1, number 14, Eli Sparkman.
Shaden Smid tosses inside, Rigault to the corner. Here's Beckering out of the shot fake on the drive, and he lays it in. And now a steal for Rigault. Smid, the Euro step, everything but the finish. Loose ball out to Sparkman. Heidi. Tried to throw that down, instead misses the dunk, and it winds up glancing off the clock up above the backboard, out of bounds. So the Vikes get it back. Time starting to become a factor here in a 16-point game. Rigault off glass for 2. 14 points for the point guard, Ryan Rigault, out of Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. 14-point game. Lopez on a bounce. This is Blakeney. Picked up by Rigault. Bobbles and adjusting to score it inside. A dozen for Blakeney. His unofficial South Carolina debut. Spent the last 3 years with the Drexel Dragons. Smid rolling to the cup. Shaden Smid now with 15 points. 84-70 inside of 4.5 minutes. Davion Hanna. Lopez up top. Heidi down the baseline. Tried to reverse it in. Lopez is there to put it back. Hugo Lopez with a good showing here late. Smid turning the corner. Fading, firing, and he fills it up. 17 for Shaden Smid. 86-72. Hanna barrels down the lane, and a foul called. Free throws for Davion Hanna on the other side as we step aside with 3:34 to play. South Carolina trying to put away the Victoria Vikes in the Gamecocks' first exhibition. Davion Hanna at the free throw line for South Carolina. The Alabama transfer rolls in the first to two. (88-72). Regault bounces. This is Shaden Smid dribbled off of his sneaker. Regault steps back and can't hit the three. Boarded by Hugo Lopez on the inside. Been interesting to see how each head coach has managed these exhibitions. It's clear South Carolina opted to sit some rotational pieces in what you'd normally deem crunch time down the stretch of this game. And I wonder if Lamont Paris will roll with that same type of game plan on Monday against the local team they'll play, the Bahamas national squad, as Gallagher hits the turnaround. Ryan Gallagher now has a dozen. And a foul on Victoria will put Hugo Lopez at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Lopez hit the first one, then started backpedaling. Got one more big guy. Maybe he's thinking NBA Summer League style, where they did the expedited free throws this year. Even Lamont Paris showing smiles after Hugo Lopez thought he only had one free throw in that scenario. And now a steal. Hannah, wow. Maybe a little too early on the takeoff. Cam Slaymaker underneath the free throw line finds Beckering rolling in. And Beckering scores it. 90-76 inside of 2 minutes. Lopez tried to dump it off. It got deflected out. This is Polk missing from the elbow. Lopez on the offensive glass. A reload here for the Gamecocks. Hugo Lopez backs in Smid against the double and scores anyway. Lots to like about the low post moves from Hugo Lopez as Eli Sparkman commits a foul. We'll put Victoria at the stripe. Cam Slaymaker will shoot the 1-and-1. He's 1 for 1 at the free throw line in this game. Davion Hannah exits. Hayden Simeon back in there. (92-78). Final 90 seconds here. One more game for South Carolina to wrap up the Baha FloHoops Summer League, coming up on Monday at 4 o'clock Eastern, back here on FloHoops against the Bahamas national team. In and out for Sparkman, and last touched by the Gamecocks on the baseline. Great effort from Victoria. Played South Carolina within a couple points at the half and really hung around for most of this second half. Dylan Gage knocking in a 3. First made tray of the second half for the Vikes. They probably needed more of those shots to fall earlier in the half to really have an opportunity here in the final minute. But as it stands, they find themselves down 11. Polk's 3 won't go. He'll get another chance from the baseline as he soars in to lay it in. Grant Polk has 9 points in 16 minutes off the bench. Beckering lost it. Taken away by Jakub Neches. See if South Carolina triggers up another shot here. It does not appear they will. So the Gamecocks put together a nice second half. 52 points after the break. And they pull away from the Victoria Vikes from Canada late. 94-81 your final score. I'm Chris Sylvester for our entire crew. We'll see you on Monday night as South Carolina wraps up the Baha FloHoops Summer League.